snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a review of The Programme, which is by Suzanne Young. This book I ended up reading kind of on impulse. It wasn't anything that I had planned to read. I found a sample chapter online and I really wanted to read it after having read the first chapter, so yeah, I bought it on my Kindle and ended up just reading it as a spur of the moment kind of thing, and I ended up reading it over a day, so it was really fun and I really enjoyed it. So this is the story of Sloane and James, who are in a relationship and they live in a dystopian world in which suicide has become an epidemic. Gradually, over the years, teenagers have become more and more prone to suicide and sort of succumbing to taking their own lives, and it has become such a problem that the political parties have actually started to take an interest, and there has been an experiment started which is called The Programme, which will involve 4 different schools, and in those schools the children are monitored every day with tests and sort of people who will watch them to make sure that they are not showing any signs of depression or any signs of being anywhere near getting towards suicide. So definitely a very different world than today. So The Programme is an experimental treatment for teenagers and it concerns 4 schools, one of which Sloane and James go to. Every day they are watched by the handlers. The handlers are people who will come and take you away if you are looking depressed or anything like that. And their parents as well also will watch them when they get home from school, so it's an ongoing programme where just everyone is watching you all the time and you have to be really careful what you say and what you do, because if anyone reports you to the programme you can be gone the next day and no one will hear from you for 6 weeks when you are inside the programme, and then when people come out of the programme they are called returners and they are usually completely mind blanked. They don't remember any of their past, they don't remember any people that they had relationships with, and they don't remember anything about what happened except for the memories that they're allowed to keep by the programme. My favourite element of this story was definitely the world over the characters. I did think the characters were fine, I thought they were okay characters, but I just didn't think that there was anything particularly out of the ordinary about them, whereas the world itself was just so interesting, and the concept of this suicide epidemic and this problem being countered by the programme was just so interesting to me. I think that the idea of having 2 different sets of teenagers, one who is kind of on the verge of getting sick and infected by the epidemic, and the other who have returned from the programme and are healthy and are fine, supposedly, was really cool. Kind of seeing how those 2 groups interacted together was a really nice thing to see. So if you are 18 you are allowed to go out of the programme, because then technically you are an adult, the programme can no longer control you. So everyone who is not a returner, who has just been getting on with their lives, wants to make it to 18 and make sure that they don't get into the programme until after they're 18, because if they are noticed being depressed after they're 18 then it's their problem, it's not the government's problem, and the government can't take them into the programme against their will. Sloane is the main character and the story is told from her point of view, so we follow her. She is a fairly resourceful character and she has experienced an awful lot of sadness and pain in her lifetime. She's known a lot of people who have committed suicide or have been very depressed. James is Sloane's boyfriend. They just want to together make it to their 18th birthdays and get away from everything that the programme stands for, because they don't believe in it and they don't think it works and they think that it's a horrible, horrible thing. The book is divided into 3 different sections. The middle section is spent inside the programme itself, and I really enjoyed that section. I thought it was really interesting to see the kind of behind the scenes and what actually goes on and why the people who return are as they are, what has happened to them throughout the course of their treatment. I was really curious to see how they kind of completely wiped their past in just 6 weeks, and that was really definitely the most interesting part of the story for me. I think on the whole that Suzanne Young is definitely a really, really good YA writer, and I would definitely read more of her books. I think that this is a really, really good YA. I think that the dystopian elements were really interesting and really cool, and I just enjoyed the whole thing, and I read through it so fast, so obviously it was just really fun. I really do want to get The Treatment, which is book number 2, and see how it continues, because the ending was very cliffhanger dramatic, but I don't know exactly when I will get around to it, so definitely do let me know what you thought of this series. I would love to know how you guys rated it and what you thought of it if you have read it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little